Certification in a nutshell. The pre-certification workshop with the City of Houston Office of Business Opportunity. I'm Vanessa Applin-Lesson, Senior Business Development Coordinator with the City of Houston Office of Business Opportunity. The Office of Business Opportunity was created specifically to address marketplace barriers that limit access to contracts for minority and women, recognizing the success of small businesses is an integral part of local economy. Mission statement and overview. The Office of Business Opportunity is committed to cultivating a competitive and diverse economic environment in the City of Houston by promoting success of small businesses and developing Houston's workforce, with special emphasis on historically underutilized businesses and disenfranchised individuals. Certifications and designations. There are 4 City of Houston and 2 federal certifications processed by OBO. City certifications. MBE, Minority Business Enterprise, applies to firms owned and operated by minorities. MBE goals may be applied to any locally funded contract type. WBE, Women Business Enterprise, applies to firms owned and operated by females. WBE goals may be applied to any locally funded contract type. SBE, Small Business Enterprise, applies only to eligible firms in the construction-related industry. The certification is race and gender neutral. PDBE, Persons with Disabilities Business Enterprise, applies to eligible firms owned and operated by individuals with an existing medically determined physical or mental impairment of a chronic or permanent character. Also includes U.S. veterans with a service-connected disability. Federal certifications, U.S. Department of Transportation. DBE, Disadvantaged Business Enterprise, applies to firms owned and operated by socially and economically disadvantaged individuals. DBE goals apply only to U.S. Department of Transportation contracts that receive federal financial assistance. ACDBE, Airport Concessionaire Disadvantaged Business Enterprise, applies to firms eligible to participate on concessions at airports that receive federal funds. Concessionaires provide goods and services to the traveling public. Examples include retail, food and beverage, advertisement and marketing, vending, and Wi-Fi services. Governing regulations for the certification program. Local certification. The MW, SBE, and PDBE programs are governed by City of Houston Code of Ordinance, Chapter 15, Article 5, Minority, Women, and Small Business Enterprise, and Office of Business Opportunity Policies and Procedures in effect, found at www.houstonTX.gov/OBO/documents_and_forms.html. DBE and ACDBE program. The Disadvantaged Business Enterprise and Airport Concessionaire Disadvantaged Business Enterprise programs are governed by the Code of Federal Regulations as follows. DBE 49 CFR Part 26, ACDBE 49 CFR Part 23. The certification process. Pre-certification workshop, optional but recommended, provided every first and third Tuesday of each month virtually. Complete application online, preliminary screening of application, desk audit, financial audit, site visit where applicable, committee review, and then certification approval or denial. All certification applications must be submitted online. Visit HoustonTX.gov/OBO for instructions and details. Requirements for certification. Must be at least 51% owned, managed, and controlled by a minority, female, person with disability, or a socially and economically disadvantaged individual. The minority, female, person with disability owner socially and economically disadvantaged owner, and small business owner must have the training and expertise to perform the work, and where required, have a license or certificate issued in his or her name. Firm must be for profit, independent, and currently functioning. Firm must maintain a significant presence in Harris, Brazoria, Chambers, Fort Bend, Galveston, Liberty, Montgomery, Waller, Austin, or San Jacinto counties. Firm must meet the Small Business Administration size standards for its industry classification. Firm must be registered as a vendor supplier with the City of Houston Strategic Purchasing Division. For persons with disability business enterprise certification, it requires the applicant to submit a disability affidavit and an accompanying letter from a medical doctor, or a disability rating letter from the Department of Veteran Affairs, or a disability determination from the Department of Defense demonstrating a service-connected disability for disabled veterans. For small business enterprise certification, it requires the applicant to be in a construction or construction-related field. For disadvantaged business enterprise certification, applicant must have a personal net worth less than $1.32 million, excluding value of your home and ownership interest in the business. There is no local presence requirement for DBE or ACDBE certification. LGBT-owned business enterprise certification. The NGLCC, National Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce, is the exclusive third-party certification body that verifies the eligible firms are majority owned by LGBT individuals and subsequently grants certified LGBT business enterprise, certified LGBT BE designation to such businesses as part of its LGBT Supplier Diversity Initiative. Effective March 1st, 2021, the City of Houston will recognize the NGLCC certification for Houston area businesses that meet the city's size standards. Contractors can search the certified firm directory to identify these businesses. Become a member of your local affiliate chamber to not only leverage local membership benefits, but also take advantage of the complimentary national certification. NGLCC waives the certification fee for businesses that choose to join their local affiliate chamber. Visit www.nglcc.org/get-certified for requirements and additional information. Texas Hub Certification. State of Texas Historically Underutilized Business Certification. The City of Houston certification team also facilitates State of Texas Historically Underutilized Business Certification. At the firm's election, MBE and WBE certification approval can also result in Hub certification if the firm meets the state's Hub certification eligibility guidelines. Eligibility for Hub certification. Owner must be a U.S. citizen. Owner must be a Texas resident. Principal place of business must be located in the state of Texas. The owner must have a proportionate interest and demonstrate active participation in the control, operations, and management of the entity's affairs. Business must be at least 51% owned by one or more persons who are members of the following groups: American women, Asian Pacific Americans, Black Americans, Hispanic Americans, and Native Americans. Advantages and benefits of certification. Gold credit for MWSDBE and ACDBE participation on City of Houston projects. 3-year MWSBE and PDBE certification approval periods. Listing in the City of Houston Certified Online Directory found at houston.mwdbe.com. The City of Houston certification is also accepted by the following agencies: Metro, Texas Department of Transportation, Port of Houston, KBR, Houston Independent School District, the EPA, Houston Community College, Houston First Corporation, Houston Housing Authority, and Fort Bend ISD. Certification enables a firm's eligibility to participate on goal-oriented contracts, access resources to educate, connect and grow, and a wide variety of networking opportunities and events, which include the City of Houston's annual Meet the Buyer event, the Interagency Mentor Protege Program, the Turner School of Construction Management. Certified firms are also included on the OBO Community Partners list to receive notifications of business opportunities. Certification updates and changes. The City of Houston certifications are updated every 3 years. That would be your MBE, WBE, SBE, and PDBE certifications. Federal certifications must be updated annually, DBE and ACDBE. All updates or changes to your certifications are reported via online application system at www.houston.mwdbe.com. Types of changes include ownership, address, emails, phone, and fax numbers. Expansion of capabilities. If you expand your business to operate in areas where you are not currently certified, we encourage you to seek an expansion of certification codes. Complete form via online application system at www.houston.mwdbe.com. Expansion of capabilities can include additional services to your current certification description or adding North American Industry Classification System NAICS codes to your certification profile. Requirements for expansion. Qualifying owners must have the training, expertise, and or licensure to perform new work. Work is performed by applicant firm and not subcontractors. How successful is the MWSBE program? Over $1.2 billion has been awarded to small, minority, and women-owned businesses during Mayor Turner's administration. Grounds for decertification. Any material misrepresentation in the certification application or in the execution of a contract may be reason for revocation of certification for a 5-year period. The following are some examples of violations of the City of Houston's MW, SBE, PDBE, ACDBE, and DBE programs. OBO discovers that the firm provided false or misleading information for the purpose of certification during the original application process or as part of the annual update. Allowing your company's name to be submitted towards satisfying the MW, SBE, PDBE, ACDBE, and DBE goal for a scope of work which you are not certified. Allowing your company's name to be submitted towards satisfying MWSBE, PDBE, ACDBE, and DBE goal, but not actually performing through your own workforce the exact scope of work submitted in the prime contracts documents. And or the company hired members of the prime contractor's workforce and misrepresented them as his or her own employees. This is not an exhaustive list. How to apply for certification and preparing a successful certification application. All applications for certification must be completed and submitted online at houston.mwdbe.com. How to apply. At houston.mwdbe.com, please select Apply for Certification. Once prompted, please create an account using new certification. My firm is not currently certified. Section 1 Business Lookup. Please enter your company's tax ID number or your social security number. Section 2 Business Information. Please enter the company's legal business name and the current company type, i.e., LLC, corporation, or sole proprietorship. Section 4. Section 4, please include an email address, which will be your username, and you will create a password for this online account. Once your online account is set up, you'll be immediately directed to the application portal. To start an application, please select your firm is not currently certified by the City of Houston. Mandatory documents. All mandatory documents listed below must be attached. Do not attach other files in lieu of requested documents. Doing so may result in denial of processing. Your online application will provide a checklist of documents to upload. All mandatory documents needed to process your applications. Document checklist for MW, SBE, and PDBE. Disability affidavit and an accompanied letter from a medical doctor who has been certified in the state of Texas for non-service connected disabled veterans only. Documented proof of place of business or operations, i.e. signed lease agreements or property tax statements, including office space, warehouse, and or storage facility. For suppliers, list of product lines carried, birth certificate, passport, naturalization papers, tribal roll card, tribal voter registration certificate, or permanent resident card for each minority and or woman owner. Certification of authority to do business in Texas for out-of-state businesses. For supplier, list of distribution equipment owned and or leased. Sign loan and security agreements and bonding forms. For service-connected disabled veterans, a disability rating letter from the Department of Veteran Affairs or a disability determination from the Department of Defense demonstrating a service-connected disability. For hub certification, copies of Texas driver's license or Texas state ID and a state of Texas county appraisal district property homestead tax statement for each minority and women owner with 5% or more ownership, and a copy of the official federal employee identification number paperwork. License renewal forms, permits, and whole authority forms. List of equipment and vehicles owned and or leased with documented proof of purchase or lease agreements, i.e. receipts of purchase, titles, VIN numbers, and insurance cards. DBE, ACDBE, and SBA 8A, SDB, MBE, WBE certifications, denials, and or decertifications. Signed and notarized affidavit of certification. Signed and notarized affidavit of non-interest from each owner. Customer references, including contact name and phone number from whom you have performed work. In business for 6 months prior to application date, or company invoice and proof of payment if business is less than 6 months old. Company federal tax returns filed by the firm and its affiliates with related schedules for the past 3 years. Official certificate of partnership. Documented proof of contribution used to acquire ownership for each owner. Resumes for all owners, officers of the firm, and key personnel of the applicant firm. Corporate bank resolution and bank signature card. For partnerships, original and any amended partnerships agreement. Proof of vendor supplier registration with the City of Houston Strategic Purchasing Division. Personal tax returns in all schedules and pages for each minority and woman owner for the past 3 years, and the past 3 years returns for affiliate companies owned. Assumed name certificate. Bank authorization and signatory cards. Members agreement, rules and regulations or operating agreement and any amendments, official article of incorporation, both sides of all corporate stock certificates, and your firm's stock transfer ledger. Current meeting minutes of all stockholder and board of directors meetings, corporate bylaws and any amendments, official articles of organization or certificate of formation, small business enterprise checklist, personal signed tax returns and all schedules and pages for each owner for the past 3 years, and past 3 years returns for affiliate companies owned. Sign and notarize affidavit of certification. Sign and notarize affidavit of non-interest for each owner. Customer reference, including contact name and phone number for whom you have performed work in business for 6 months prior to application date, or company invoice and proof of payment if business is less than 6 months old. Assumed name certificate. Resumes for all owners, officers of the firm, and key personnel of the applicant firm. Proof of vendor supplier registration with the City of Houston Strategic Purchasing Division. Documented proof of place of business or operations, i.e. signed lease agreements or property tax statements, including office space, warehouse space, and or storage facility. For suppliers, list of product lines carried. Certification of authority to do business in Texas for out-of-state businesses. For suppliers, list of distribution equipment owned and or leased. License renewal forms, permits and haul authority forms. List of equipment and vehicles owned and or leased with the documented proof of purchase or lease agreement, i.e. receipts, proof of purchase, titles, VIN numbers, and insurance cards. Company federal tax returns filed by the firm and its affiliates with related schedules for the past 3 years. Official certificate of partnership. Official articles of incorporation or certificate of formation. Official articles of organization or certificate of formation. Documented checklist, DBE, ACDBE. The DBE and ACDBE checklist mirrors OBO's checklist with the addition of personal tax returns for the past 3 years for each disadvantaged owner, schedule of salaries paid to all officers, managers, owners, and or directors, list of all employees, titles, and dates of employment, trust agreements held by any owner claiming disadvantaged status, year-end balance sheets and income statements for the past 3 years. Personal net worth, DBE, ACDBE. The DBE and ACDBE program requires applicants claiming disadvantaged status to complete an individual personal net worth form in application. OBO, along with the Texas Uniform Certification Program, TUCP, requires supporting documents for all assets valued on the PNW statement. Documents required are assets, cash and cash equivalents, the supporting documents, personal bank statements reflecting the value amount reflected on the PNW statement. Asset, retirement accounts, IRAs, 401ks, 403bs, pensions, etc. Supporting documents. Account statements reflecting the holder's name and value. Brokerage investment accounts. Supporting document. Account statements reflecting the holder's name and value. Asset held in trust. Supporting documents. Copy of the trust agreement, all page. Asset, loans to shareholders and other receivables. The supporting documents, promissory notes, and other receivable documents made by applicant to others. Asset, real estate, excluding your primary residence. Supporting documents, Mortgage statements, including equity and value. Asset, life insurance, cash surrender value only. The supporting document, insurance statement, letter reflecting the cash surrender value. Asset, other personal property, which could include personal vehicles, fine art and jewelry, and any other valued personal property. Supporting documents, Kelley Blue Book value, print value page, statement or insurance of value for your fine art, jewelry, and other valued personal property. Asset, business interests other than the applicant firm. Supporting document, valuation report for affiliate businesses. Tips, personal net worth documents. The application has a P&W module. However, the applicants completing this form must download the affidavit page for signature and notary seal. Applicants are required to upload their notarized P&W affidavit to the P&W module. Applicants have two options to upload P&W documents. A, in P&W module along with the signed affidavit, or B, as additional supporting documents not listed above. Online application checklist is divided into two sections: mandatory documents versus required documents. Mandatory documents. Applicant must attach these documents for their entire section to be completed. Required documents. Although the applicant is able to mark documents in this section as not applicable, we advise all applicants to refer to OBO's checklist to ensure the documents are not required for processing. Examples. Documented proof of business location and birth certificate passports are always mandatory documents for OBO certification. Office of Business Opportunity, OBO certification process. Due to the volume of certification applications, the average processing time for local applications is 4 to 6 months. Processing time for DBE and ACDBE applications is 90 days from the time the application is deemed suitable for evaluation, as defined in 49 CFR Part 26. Preliminary screening of application. Step 1. Review of application to ensure all sections are complete. Physical address cannot be a P.O. box or any other mailbox service, i.e. UPS mailbox service, etc. Section 3, ownership, must be completed by all owners. All owners must complete an affidavit of non-interest. Only the owners making 51% ownership should complete the affidavit of certification. Step 2, review of all attached documents for validity. Review and assignment of application. Significantly incomplete, rejection. Failure to submit at least 50% of the documents result in the application's rejection. If the application is rejected, applicant is required to wait 30 days before reapplying with OBO. For guidance, please use the checklist on OBO's website, www.houstontx.gov/OBO. If more than 50% of the documents are attached, but the application is missing documents, the applicant will receive a document request letter via the online application system at www.houston.mwdbe.com. Once the application is suitable for assignment to a certification officer, the applicant will receive notification via the online application system, which is www.houston.mwdbe.com. Stay connected with us. Follow us on Facebook at Houston OBO, Twitter at Houston OBO, Instagram at Houston_OBO, and YouTube at Houston TX. Thank you for participating in our pre-certification workshop. For general questions, please call 832-393-0600, option 1, or email us at obocertification@houstontx.gov.